Many bags of garbage 800 prisoners here at Camp 30 produced in 1 year?
Well, it's definitely more than Sean Williamson and his family produce in a year. Get this, the Brooklyn family are able to get down to 1 bag of garbage. How do they do it? By reducing, reusing, and recycling. Let's take a look.
I think it was in 2008 where we took out all the garbage right after Christmas. And then months later, we put out another bag, and I was like, hey, that's the first bag of garbage we put out in, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. It's a waste management system, is our entire house. It's nothing weird. It's not like we have blue bins in the middle of our living room or anything like that. It's all tucked away nicely. And it's, again, you know, these are our 4 walls. This is the way we want to do it, and we've got it set up so it's easy for us.
I think some people think, oh my God, what do you do? It's not attainable, it can't be attainable. And it really is, it's very simple.
Use and recycle. And people often skip the first 2 and go right to, oh, you know, we're green, we recycle. It's like, hey, that's great, but you really missed the other 2, and they're purposefully put in that order.
Throughout the house we have different recycling centers. We have about 8 or 9 of them in here. This is just tissues and things that we burn at the campfire up at the cottage. This is the city compost pail. And then down here we've got newspapers and scraps of paper for recycling. This is for all sorts of pretzel bags and things like that. Here we've got plastic bags that we take and recycle those at Metro. And then up here we've got produce bags that we just reuse every time. Instead of going to the store every time and getting new produce bags, we just use the same ones. And back here we've got a cardboard recycling station as well. So that's just one cupboard. And then over here, under the sink, we've got 3 more stations. This is our compost station, which we actually use for our own compost in the backyard. So that's where our fruit and veggies go, and papers, like napkins and things like that. And in here we've got straight up garbage, which doesn't go in very often. And lastly in here, just the last recycling that goes out, things like milk containers, salmon containers, and that just goes to the curb as well. So total in the kitchen, we probably have about 13 or 14 recycling stations.
We don't have a whole bunch of different bottles of cleaners and everything like that under the sink. Really the key things that we use are borax, vinegar, baking soda, as well as lemons. Now granted, we have other things like we have dishwashing detergent, which is specialty.
So this is our basement. We call it our green basement, I guess. We did this about 2 or 3 years ago. And it was just, we started from scratch, so we wanted to make it very us. We designed this to be a nice family place. The entire basement is insulated both for sound up here and for thermal all the way around, so it's very comfortable. It gets a little bit cooler in here in the summertime, which is actually a nice place to go on a hot summer night. But in the winter, it's very warm, it's not damp, it's quite comfortable to live down here.
I like to say we set a good example for our daughter, and I know that, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with when the time comes.
I'll just take her out for a walk on the street or through the park, and she'll see garbage on the ground, and she'll say, but why? Like, why do people do that, Mom? I don't understand. And it kind of makes me laugh.
Even their daughter knows more about recycling than most of us.
To find out about all the recycling options in Durham Region, visit durham.ca. The region has all the information you need to know to get down to 1 bag of garbage too.
Coming up